5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going live. What up? Who's up in here? Let's see. Brian, what's up, my brother? Brian's up in here. Tommy Shay's up in here. Jacob, what's up, Jacob? How you feeling after the little crash on Saturday? Hope you're doing all right. Zayden's up in here. What's up, Zayden? Anthony? All right. Where's Big Feist? I was just texting him. Told him I was getting ready to go live. I'm like, yo, it's 7. Where you at, Big Feist? Yeah, so Zayden right here signed up for the class on the 17th. All right, perfect. So check this out. We got Jacob's coming to class. Zayden's coming to class. Brian's coming to class. And then we have, so all you guys are all returning students. We got 3 returning students. We got 1 new student, and we have 1 spot left. And we're looking good. I actually, you know how we only get like 2 weeks out of weather you can see on your phone, and we finally got to the 2-week mark, and I can see Saturday's gonna be good. And I don't know if there was any rain. I know there's rain coming this week, so I think this week's practice is gonna be really good. I'm planning on going to Adrenaline on Saturday. We're supposed to get rain Wednesday, Thursday. So this week's looking really good. But then the following week, I can't remember if I feel like there was a little bit of rain during the week, maybe on Tuesday, which would be really good for us to do a class on Saturday. So weather is looking mint. So psyched up about that. So looking forward to working with you guys. And I'm thinking we're going to be at Green Valley. I will let you guys all know ASAP, but I think that's where we might be. Jacob's saying he's feeling a little sore. Yeah, Jacob took a little. It's windy out there this past weekend, and the wind got him. So super bummer, but hey, man, glad you didn't get hurt. It's all good. Bike took a little bit of a spanking, but you can fix the bike. That's the thing. I'd rather the bike bend up and break any day than me, because you can go home and fix the bike. If you break, then you got to take 2 months off. So we'll take up the bent up bike. Zayden saying, have you figured out where? Yeah, so I was just kind of saying that. I'm thinking it's going to be at Green Valley, but I'll text all you guys ASAP on that. I'm going to shoot a text out to Bart actually tomorrow and just see if we can get the green flag on Green Valley. And but that's where I'm looking. That's what I'm shooting for. I think that's where I'm going. That's where we're looking at. All right, Big Feist is finally up in here. Monroe's up in here. What up? Well, cool, man. Good to have everybody up in here. So let's see. We ain't got no Supercross to talk about because we haven't had a race. The last 2 weeks. Trying to think what else was going down. Obviously got to ride the new bike on Saturday, and I got there a little late, so the track was actually kind of dried out a little bit, and it was actually really windy. Talking about a little bit about that, Jacob. I kind of knew going down there. I was driving down there, I was like looking at the wind, and I'm like, oh man, it's gonna be kind of windy down here. And I feel like I've been in, obviously just being a freestyle guy and understanding what the wind can do to people. I don't think I know any freestyle guy who's a fan of the wind. So when it gets windy, I'm always super cautious because I've obviously crashed in the wind. I've seen many of my friends crash in the wind. So I kind of was like, all right, man, it's going to be windy. I'm just going to cruise. And then like right when I got there and I was gearing up the ride, Jacob had crashed. And he said he crashed because of the wind. So then I was like, okay, it's definitely going to be a chill day. First day on the brand new bike. I just wanted to break it in, windy, dry. But like I said, I didn't get there till 11. So I actually missed like the first 3 groups. So I was really late. But it's all good. Went out there, broke in the bike, got a little bit of seat time. And looking forward to this weekend. I actually worked on my bike a little bit today. I actually ran out in the garage to go get a bottle of water before the show started, and like, you guys see this? This is my spark arrestor that comes in the FMF pipe. Look at how chewed up this thing is. I was trying to get this thing out today. I was trying to get it out at the track the other day when I was there, and I couldn't do it. And then I was trying to get it out today. I wrestled this thing forever, couldn't get it out. I finally had to decide to take the whole silencer off. These come in the FMF, they're stock. Took the silencer off, had to take the silencer apart. And I stuck because I kept trying to, you can see where I kept trying to grab it with a pair of pliers and pull it out, but it wouldn't, it was stuck. So took the silencer apart and then took a broom handle, and I was trying to like stick the broom through and bang it through, and it still wouldn't come out. So got like basically like a big breaker bar and just got a rubber mallet and just beat this thing out of my bike. But my bike, from just by taking this out, sounds so much sicker. Sounds like my old bike. Sounds like my 18. So I'm excited to ride it to see how much a difference it made. I know this made a huge difference when I had that in when I first got my 18 and put the pipe on it. I had to take that out of my pipe on that bike, and it made a huge difference. So I'm excited to go ride it and see what this thing feels like. And then I want to spend a little time this weekend just trying to dial in the suspension. Suspension's both stock, but I didn't do nothing this week. I basically got on it. Me and Brian was out there hanging out, riding with us. Brian checked the sag with me, and surprisingly, it was actually like right where we needed to be. We're like, whoa, where's the chances of that? So that was cool. But I'm going to try to mess with the clickers a little bit this weekend and try to get it dialed in a little bit, get a little more comfortable on it. I definitely didn't feel foreign to me, but I definitely didn't feel like at home. It's it's one of those things. You get a new bike, you want to ride it for a couple of days, and then all of a sudden you start feeling it. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting back out there. Let's see, we got a lot of people jumping up in here. We got Chris, we got Stephanie. What's up, Stephanie? We got Eric Davis, we got Anthony P. All right, well, I feel like Stephanie's new, so welcome. Anybody else new up in here? The way we do it, we hang out every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, talk moto, let people throw up their questions. If you can see in the comments, I'm trying to look for someone, like here, Brian says not a question, but let's just put Brian up for example. See how he's got the question marks. That's how we normally do it. That's how I can find your question amongst the comments, because a lot of people get in here and just start chit-chatting, and I might swing by it if I don't see the or I might scroll by it if I don't see the question mark. So if you got a question, throw it up like that. I'm trying to think, is there anything else that we need to go over? Yeah, not too much has changed this last week. Oh, let's just pop this up real quick. We got one, I guess I kind of mentioned it. We got one spot left. So anybody interested, we got one spot left for this April 17th class coming up here real quick. Looking to be hopefully at Green Valley. And if you want to get signed up, you can just visit RonnieFaisstMX.com. If you got any questions, you can email me at info@RonnieFaisstMX.com. And that is about it for announcements. Got the class coming up 2 weeks from now. And, man, we got some good weather. It was 80 today. And we got a little bit of rain coming this week. So I'm thinking this weekend is going to be mint. So excited. Got the new bike. Yeah. And we're cleaning up the 18. Got that all. I pulled the graphics off today. Start cleaning that up. Getting that all ready to sell. So, yeah, man. Looking forward to summer. I really am. Riding season's here in the Midwest. So it's a good thing. All right. Well, let's jump up in here. Let me get Brian up here for a second, even though he says not a question. Let's just see. Let me see. He says, I put a lot of stuff I learned at your class to use on Sunday at Midwest Extreme, especially railing the inside corners. Looking forward. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, no, I was out there hanging with Brian all weekend, and that was one of the things that we were talking about. He was feeling comfortable. He normally liked to go to the outside, which is common, when you're getting started. You want to skip the ruts. A lot of, some of the ruts are harder to ride. The outside's always easier. So it's very common though, like, hey, I'm just going to go to outside because I'm more comfortable out there. But Brian's been hitting it, dude. He was out there putting in 5. Dude, he went out. How many times did you go out, dude? Like 4 times, and you were crushing it. 4 or 5 laps strong. He said he was coming off the track feeling good. So he's starting to find his little flow, and he's getting confident, and he's starting to hit those inside. So that's good. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. We get out there in Green Valley. Green Valley gets some good ruts, so we'll definitely get in some ruts here in the next class. But stoked that you're feeling more confident in getting on those inside ruts, dude. Because that's the thing. You ride those inside, you're keeping that track short. If you're going on the outside all the time, just extending the track. Doesn't mean the outside it can't be a faster line. I'm not the guys like, hey, ride inside every line, because that's just not true. Every corner's different. Every track's different. Sometimes the outside is faster. But in moto, you got to guard that inside. If somebody's on your butt, don't open up the door because they're going to sneak down there. So you got to be able to get on those, especially Brian started racing. I think last weekend was his first race, or 2 weeks ago, right? And you're going to have to guard those insides because if you go outside, everybody's going to get you. So you got to get comfortable. So stoked you're making that progress. All right. Let's see what else is going down. Big Feist is up in here finally. There he is. What up? All right, here we go. Anthony P. Was wasn't it Vans Warped Tour in 1997 when you got your foot in the door of doing FMX for a living? Yes. So what happened was, it's funny because I just posted the original poster of the Vans Warped Tour from 1990. It was actually 1998, but that's fine. It was 1998. It was the first ever Vans Warped Tour, the first time freestyle motocross toured America. And I posted that picture of that poster, like, seriously, like, in the last 3 days. And it was Mike Metzger, Kerry Hart, Mickey Diamond, and Larry Linkogel. And I actually signed over Metzger's picture because I took his spot. So basically, Metzger, there were the dudes who were going to be on the tour. I don't know if you guys remember, but remember when Metzger jacked up his back really bad and he had that big burnout across his back, and that they had to basically cut out all his skin and then pull his skin down and staple it shut, and he had that super gnarly scar on his back. Well, that's how I got in. Metzger got hurt, and he was basically like, Faisst, take my spot. And I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, I didn't even talk to anybody. He's like, just show up. Just show up down there, and just, I'll, like, basically, like, give him the green flag. Like, you're my boy. You're going to take my spot. I used to work for his dad. That's how me and Metzger, we originally met at the Nationals, but when I first moved to California, I did construction for Metzger's dad. So me and Metzger had a good relationship. So worked out. Bad deal for Mike getting hurt, but it worked out really good for me because it gave me a chance to go on to the Vans Warped Tour. And from that tour, I never had to go back to work for his dad ever again. I basically came off that tour and I picked up DVS shoes, Black Fly eyewears, and Flesh Gear Moto gear. And they started paying me a monthly salary. Plus, that year that I was on tour was the first time that I ever got paid to ride my dirt bike. And I saved all my money. I saved all my tour money. They used to give us per diem. We got $230 a week. That was for food. And I didn't spend any of my per diem. I saved all my per diem, and they still had catering at the venue. So I ate at all the venues and saved the $230 a week. And because I had an old bike, I was on this old it was a 97 RM 250. It just had some time on it. Really wasn't that good a bike. And I came off that tour, and I took all my tour money and went and bought a brand new Honda 250. So anyway, that is definitely was the door opener for me. So big shout to Mets, dude, for hooking me up. That I never forgot that. It was all right. Let me long answer there, bro. Anyway, let me answer the second part of this question. And didn't Nate Adams first start by filming in John Distler's spot? Filling in Dawson's. How did well, John Distler wasn't on the Warped Tour, but he might have got what I'm assuming, because Distler used to ride, because I feel like Nate made his debut in there was a contest series that I can't remember he even put that on. But anyway, there was an indoor series, and I know Distler rode it. So maybe that's how Nate got in. Maybe Distler got hurt and Nate filled in a spot for him. But I just remember seeing Nate come up through that series. There was an indoor, and most of, like, me and Deegan and a lot, like Hart, all the original group of dudes there was like 8 of us in the beginning. It's probably Hart, Flying Hawaiian, Metzger, me, Lane Kogel, Mad Mike, all those dudes. None of those dudes rode that one little small indoor series, but Nate did, and I feel like that's where I kind of took note. So maybe that's what you're talking about. But Distler was never on the original Warped Tour. Anyway, how did most of the riders start doing FMX? Most of the guys basically were racers. I would say the original 8 to 10 dudes, if you want to count them out on your finger, who kind of got the ball rolling, they're all racers. And then basically everybody was kind of going free riding out in the hills. And I'm gonna give the credit to Metzger, because Metzger's the first one that I seen doing tricks. I saw Metzger doing heel clickers and double cans. And then I still lived in New Jersey, so then I started trying to do the same thing back home in my little gravel pits in New Jersey. I just started with no footers, no footers and one-handers, and then no-handers, and then started trying to learn can-cans and heel clickers and knack-knacks. McGrath obviously put the knack-knack on the table, but I feel like Metz was the first one to do anything, or first one I remember seeing doing, a heel clicker, to which everybody was like, whoa, that's crazy. It looks crazy. The first time I saw a heel clicker on the cover, I think it was on like dirt. It was either on Dirt Bike or Dirt Rider. He was the cover shot, and he was wearing baggy pants, and he still had a number on his bike. He was number 387, I think, back then. But he was doing a heel clicker, and I was just like staring at it, going like, how the heck did he do? Like, how did he get his feet up there? Like, how did he do that? But I feel like most of the guys came from racing, probably just started trying to learn some easy tricks, you know, out in the hills, out free ride video. But the free ride movement, you know, the Crusty Demons, the Moto Triple X, kind of like helped birth the sport. And it was through like those videos that kind of caught the attention of someone like Kevin Lyman, who was the promoter for the Vans Warped Tour. So when Lyman was like, hey, this is a cool new thing, I want to bring it on my tour. And then that was the first tour that took us around America. So that was in 1998. And then the very next year, 1999, is when it went pretty much, when it got into X Games and Gravity Games. And then once it went into Gravity Games and X Games, it was like the newest thing in action sports. And obviously it was motorized. So we were different than everybody else. You know, most of the guys were skateboarders, BMXers. I mean, even had rollerblading way back and then. But we showed up. We were on dirt bikes. So it brought a lot of excitement to the game. So it took off from like 1999. It went nuts, and it was like there were so many contests and shows and tours. There was just so much to do. So it was. I'm very, very happy I got to hit it when I got to hit it and be a part of the group that I got to be in, because there was always different groups. It was like the first group, second group. Everybody kind of knew what group you were in. Like when he come up, like, you know, it's kind of everybody was like, oh, I just missed that group. I was in the next group, or man, I wish I was in your group. I'm glad I was in my group, because our group was. It was fun because everything was new. Nobody knew what to expect. It's like we got to just pretty much invent, like, all the tricks were like all those original tricks that came from most of the original guys, you know. Everybody did something for the first time. So it was just fun. And we got to have a really good time doing what we loved. And, man, best memories for sure. All right. I could probably talk the whole show about freestyle and how all that went down, because it was fun. All right, wait, not a question here, but I like throwing these up anyway. Let's see, just because I see the question marks. All right, it says getting the 2021 Husky 125, going back to two strokes where I felt more comfortable. All right, so Jacob basically was, so the last class, the first class I did with you, he was on a 125. And now he got the 250. You know, last week he was on a 254 stroke, and now he's saying he's going back to a 125 two-stroke where he's more comfortable. Hey, and that's what I'm saying. It's personal preference. Some people like 125. Some people like 252 strokes. Some people like 450s. Like me, I'm a 450 dude. I like the big bike. But everybody's got a different flavor of what they like. So if that's where you feel comfortable, dude, there's nothing wrong with in riding what you like. That's all good. So, and you get a 2021, dude. That's would be nice. Get the freshie. That'd be sweet. All right, we got Jess here. Let's see. All I'm seeing is crashed. So let's see. Crashed last May, blew out my left knee, right shoulder, two top ribs, dislocated my clavicle. He says, now I'm super timid. How do I get over that? Doubled instead of a triple, just timid. So I'm assuming doubled instead of a triple. Just him. So basically, you probably crashed on the triple, but you ended up doubling it and came up shorter. Something happened on a jump, and now you're timid. Dude, that's completely normal. Like, everybody, like, I feel like anyone who's ever crashed or broken something, especially like that, that's a bad crash. Like, that's not like you just twisted your ankle. You got worked on that one. And to come back from that and be hesitant and have those butterflies or worry, fear, that's normal. Everybody goes through that. And the only way that I've learned to overcome that is to get out and ride. Like, I felt that same when I broke my femur and I was out for 4 months and I had to come back and flip for the first time again. I was nervous. And the same thing, it blew out my ACL. I was out for 6 months and I had to show up at tour at rehearsal, and I haven't flipped in 6 months, and I had to get ready to go on tour for the next 3 months. Like, I was nervous. Like, and I know all the dudes. I know Nate. I know Deegan. I know Twitch. I know all these guys who've been through all these different crashes, and all of them will say the same thing. That when you get back at it, you got to be like, whew, you got heart rates up a little bit, because you know it's risky and it is a little bit of danger. But I think that's why we like it. But I feel like all of them would probably agree, riding seat time is the only way to overcome the fear and the worry and anxiety. You kind of have to not, even though you're going to have those thoughts. You're going to feel it. You can't think about it when you go ride. You got to block it out of your head. It's like, okay, I'm not going to think of it. Like, you don't want to just show up at the track and think about getting hurt. Steal all the fun. It's not going to be fun. Block it out of your head. Don't think about it. Think good thoughts. Like, focus on what you know you can do and think positive. You don't let your mind wander and get bombarded with fear. But you got to get out there and start slow. If you're timid on jumping right now, don't just get out there and rail some corners, ride some tracks, and just cruise, and then build some confidence. And the more you get back on your bike, the more you ride, and the more seat time you get under there, you'll start to get that confidence back, and you'll start to hit a couple easy jumps, start getting your timing down again, and you'll bump it up. And then eventually it'll completely go away, and you'll be able to rip and ride just like it was. But it takes time sometimes. And some people can overcome it faster than others, and some people struggle with it. But I think the best thing to do is seat time. Seat time, for sure. And I'll be honest with you, and some people struggle. I've seen some people bow out. So some people can't, they get it in their head and it messes with them so bad they kind of lose the edge. And then I've seen people retire. They're like, hey, I'm done, dude. And it's because they went through a bad crash. So it is a mental game. You got to be mentally strong and be able to, not let your mind control your thoughts. At the end of the day, don't marinate on bad thoughts. Think good ones. Confidence is a mental game. All right, let's get Howard up here. Is it up? All right, sorry. It says, hey, Ronnie and Mel, everyone else stuck at work but wanted to jump in and say hello. All right, Howard. Well, hey, man, stoked you always jump in here with us and hang out. Hope you guys are all safe wherever you're at. Look at 5 motos, 5 laps each. Look, he's strong right now. Brian ain't a little dude. I don't know if you guys ever see Brian. We had a picture last weekend together. Brian's a big dude, and he's in shape. He's got some size to him. Eric Davis, he wants to go milkshakes. He said, "What's your favorite milkshake?" I haven't even tried it yet, dude. I haven't been there yet. I keep talking about it, but I haven't made it. I do want to go though. I don't know which one I'm gonna get. There's the milkshake spot up the street that just opened. I've been thinking about it. So we've got Jess Hunt said, when are we going to get more content on Ronnie and Mel vlogs? Also, ASV Levers. What are your thoughts? ASV Levers. I'm not sure what the ASV Levers are. Are they the ones that flip in and fold in? If they are, I personally don't use them. Like, I get it. You fall over, you don't break a lever, but I never used them. So I can't really give a good, if that's what they are, I can't really give a good, I've never tried them. But this is what I don't like about them. Do you ever try to lean somebody's bike up, like you go to lean it against a pole, has one of those levers and lever flips in and the bike slides? That's the one thing I don't like about those things. You can't lean your bike up against stuff. But at the end of the day, I guess they can. The way I look at it, you should run your levers in far enough that if your bike falls, your lever shouldn't hit anyway. You should hit the bar. It should not hit the lever. So you shouldn't really bend levers anyway. So I don't run them if they're those ones. But I don't know. I'm trying to think. Does Deacon run those things? I don't think he does. I'm trying to think if I know any. I'm trying to say, do I know any dude who runs them? And I can't. I know no freestyle guys do. So that's the one thing you always look at. Do you see the top dudes? Go look, next time if you're at the National, at the Supercross, walk by and look at every top dude's bike and see if you see any of those on any of the fastest guys' bikes in the world. And if you don't, then you probably why don't they use them if they're that good? That's always a good way. Are the best guys using them? Let's see. Also, here's another question from Jess. Also, lever adjustment. How do you adjust your levers for less arm pump or help with any arm pump anyways? Yeah, so this is funny. That's a common question is how do you help with arm pump? And here's a few things that will help. 1, ride and relax. If you're not tense, you're not going to pump up as quick. 2, breathe. If you're not breathing, you're going to pump up. So try to breathe. Try to ride, relax. Try to breathe. Being hydrated. If you're not hydrated, you're going to cramp. There are things that can help, but I think at the end of the day, riding, dude, it's conditioning. Think about it. If you're not conditioned, Brian, I don't think could do 5 laps, how long ago? He's up to 5 laps now, but he said he's been riding a bunch. So that's the thing. He's working his way up little by little, 2 laps strong, 3 laps strong, 4 laps strong, 5 laps strong. And that's the thing. I feel like the more you can get out there and ride and get conditioned for moto laps or races or whatever your riding situation is, that's going to help on a hard pump and being confident. I feel like when you know you're in shape, you're not like thinking like, oh man, I'm going to get tired, or like you let your mind wander off, and then as soon as your mind starts thinking, are you tired, you automatically go, oh, I am tired. And now you're like, am I pumped up? You ever just get out there and start moto, and then your mind starts to water, and you're like, wait, do I have arm pump? And you're like, oh shoot, I do. But dude, like, don't think that. So when your mind's already not like, when you know you're confident and you know you can do 20 minutes, your mind's not drifting places. So little things that can help. But I think conditioning at the end of the day is is the best training for arm pump. And here's the deal. But here's the deal. We're on Saturday. I rode Saturday. But I didn't get any arm pump. But at the same time, like, I don't feel like I was like going probably hard enough to get arm pump, but I didn't. And the weekend before, I got it really bad. So, but I was just cruising this weekend. But still, I mean, I wasn't even nothing. But anyway, let's see. DK, we up here. All right. Is a YZ 252 stroke from 2001 a good bike for FMX? Yeah, I was for sure. 252 strokes, perfect bike for FMX. I wouldn't say a lot of guys. I would say a lot of the Europeans, Taka, and I think Adam Jones all still ride two strokes. And 252 stroke was the freestyle bike, and a lot of guys still think it still is. They had never tried the 450 to realize that the 450, in my opinion, is better for freestyle. But I think 252 stroke, you can't go wrong. Good bike for sure. What up, Rich? We got Rich Lafferty here from New Jersey. Hometown buddy. What up, what up? Anthony P. Yeah, see, Anthony P's a two-stroker. He said, I'll be mixing gas forever. That's what I'm saying. People like it. I almost, every time I say, Dan's been up here before, and I always want to say Dana Nicholson, because when I see your name, Dan Nicholson. Dana's the filmer from Krusty. All the way from New Zealand, dude. Sweet. Super chat from Dan Nicholson. He says, love you from New Zealand. Sorry I've been absent for a while. All good, man. Welcome back, man, and thanks for the super chat. And we love New Zealand. I actually got to go there and film for Krusty way back in the day, and that was a fun trip. That's where I got the bungee jump there too. It was sick. Did a full head dip into this river. All right, Jacob. Liam's back. What's up, brother? He said, what's up, Feist? What's your favorite sponsor back in the day, and what was the first sports or luxury car you bought when you got famous or / big? Let's see. So, favorite sponsor back in the day, I probably like Split Clothing, because I always liked clothes. I always liked having new clothes to wear. So it was cool having a clothing sponsor. So I would say that was and that was my first. I had that before. Like, Militia didn't blow up to be like a big clothing company until later down the road. Like, it was just a group of friends, and we just ran it. That was our crew. You know, it wasn't about a clothing company. But eventually it turned into a big clothing company, and then I didn't ride for Split no more, and I rode for Metal Militia for clothes. But I'd say you said first. So I would say the first favorite sponsor was that's First Sport. Anyway, Split for sure. Free clothes. And they made cool clothes, so I liked them. And then, so the first sports, so the first nice car that I bought was in 2007. I remember me and Tyler Evans bought the same exact car 1 week apart. And we bought brand new 2007 Mercedes S550s. And he bought a white one, and I bought a silver one. It was pretty. That was my first sick car, because obviously I had a new truck before then, but that was the first time I like bought a car. I almost think I had my chopper before my car, but yeah, I did, huh? I think I built my chopper first, had a custom chopper built first, and then I bought the Benz. But that car was sick. Yeah, that was fun. Good times. Evans was classic, dude. He would had his. And then he traded it in, got the Bentley. He was a funny dude. All right, DK says, what do you think about FMF airbags? Are they safe? Man, you know what? All right, so here's the deal. There's a couple different type of airbags. There's the airbag that goes in front of the ramp, which I think is completely safe, and I think it's good that it's there. But if you did actually hit into it, it could eject you back too. It could probably shoot you back. But at the end of the day, I think that's pretty safe. You see those at most of the ramp-to-ramp demos, landing ramps like this, and there's an airbag kind of placed in front of it. I think that's safe. But then there's also the airbags that they put on the landings now, which I've never jumped on any of those, but I've watched some of the people jump on them, and I think I just saw, wasn't it Axel just posted a video of him and Taka last week were jumping somewhere and they were landing on that airbag, and it looked sketchy to me. That looks kind of sketchy. I was like, that don't look super safe. And then there's the big airbags where you could learn kind of like a foam pit, but it's an airbag and you can kind of jump into those. I've never used one of those either. These were things that all came out after I was kind of done. But I know those type of airbags, the ones where you can kind of jump into like foam pit, I know they blow out, because I know Taka had invested in one, and then he had let someone use it, and he did like a double flip in his first jump into it. He'd land and blew it out. It's like 20 grand out the window for the airbag from one jump. So are they safe? So I feel like for sure there's probably safer than going to dirt. Anytime you can have a foam pit or an airbag, it's definitely safer to learning to dirt. But at the end of the day, I feel like everything's still dangerous. I don't know. Can you guys see the scar on my face right here? Right there in my lip? That's from the foam pit at Deacon's house when I was learning 360s. I came in sideways this way, and when I hit the foam, the bike stuck and the handlebar just snuck right underneath my helmet, dude. It felt like it knocked my teeth out. Blew my lip apart. I was bleeding everywhere. But at the end of the day, it was a busted lip. Wasn't like, if I would have hit the dirt like that, I'd have been worse off than a bloody lip. But at the same time, like, airbags, foam pits, they always got a little bit of risk. I would say that. But at the end of the day, definitely safer to learn anything into those type of things versus going to dirt. But I think they're not cheap. That's what I'm saying. I think Taka spent 20 G's on his, and the day he let someone else use it, it got blown out, and it was not of use. So something to think about. But the thing is if you're gonna build a foam pit, it's almost just as expensive to build a foam pit. And the scary thing about foam pits are they catch on fire. So you got to be careful. We did lose a friend in a foam pit. He jumped into it, and foam pit caught on fire and couldn't get out. It's gnarly. So you gotta be careful. And two of them burned down. Metzger's burnt down a long time ago. Nobody was in it. They got out. But that one 2 times in my just being around freestyle motocross, 2 foam pits have caught on fire. One time claiming the life of somebody. So you gotta be careful, man. You go in there with a hot pipe. That's the thing. You go in there with a hot pipe, 450 pipe, and that thing goes upside down, and that foam's been, baking out in the sun. It's all dry, and it gets hot, and it gets static electricity too. Sometimes you move on it, you touch something, it sparks. Spark goes off, and if you're wedged down in there, you can't move. If you go in upside down, you get stuck in the foam. Your body's got to dig you out. So if you go in there, it's sketchy. That's what I'm saying. You gotta. I've always been like, hit the foam pit to learn the backflip and learn the 360, and then try all your variations over dirt, because you can get in more jumps doing it on dirt than jumping it into the foam pit. Because when you jump into the foam pit, you jump in and you hit the pit, and it usually doesn't even feel that good going 70 feet, 75 feet, 30 foot in the air to a dead stop, and then you got to get picked out of the pit, pull your bike out. You do it 4 or 5 times, and you're over it. You're like, man, that's it takes forever just to do that. If you're on jumping the jump like a normal jump, you can jump, flip, and keep working into your trick, and you can try 20, 30. I mean, you can do it for an hour and just keep trying tricks. So I think you get more practice in learning your tricks over dirt, but they are super helpful to actually get the flip down or get the 360 down, or the double flip these days if you're going to learn, or a front flip. Like these days, you got to get all those too. So definitely take all that stuff to the pit. All right, so Sheik runs them. I'm thinking about he must be talking about the levers. So Scotty Sheik, it's funny. I've been seeing Sheik pop up on my Instagram lately, dude. So me and Sheik were boys, dude. Me and Sheik, he's from New York and I was from Jersey. So we grew up racing some of the local races together. He's a good dude, funny dude. And I seen him on some of my Instagram posts lately. He was like, yo, what up? So it was pretty funny. Sheik. And I guess he's still riding because he was saying he was getting ready to go out. So that's cool that this dude used to rip, huh? Sheik was ripped. He was factory Honda at one point. Sheik was bad. Remember, he killed it too on Cali forever. And then jumped up and got the factory Honda ride. And then what happened to Sheik? Did he get hurt? He must have got hurt. That's what always happens. Someone gets hurt. But anyway, he was factory for a little while. Had the Honda ride. All right, so what else we got here? Here we go. DK, you know some good stabilizers. Here we go. DK says, you know some good stabilizers for YZ250 from 2001. Yes, so I always use the GPR stabilizer. So look those up, GPR. I use them on all my two-strokes, use them all through my freestyle career. If you're looking to use them for freestyle, they work awesome. But here's the thing. You can use those. I mean, I feel like a lot of woods guys use those things. I don't know too many moto guys that throw them on, but they do help. It's big time for freestyle, so I would Google that. GPR stabilizers. Probably find them on Instagram too. Big dog clothing. All right, let's see. Got Anthony P here. He says, when you were doing kung fu moves in the crusty buggy, jumping in the air, AI was watching that crusty a few days ago. It says, is that when you were doing kung fu moves in the crusty buggy? So he must be talking about New Zealand. Maybe. A lot, yeah. It could be. It could have been. Because I'm trying to think. I got to go to New Zealand with those guys. I got to go to Peru with them. I got to go to Japan with them. Australia multiple times. Into Australia a ton of times with them. And I think I did a Hawaii trip with them as well. But it could have been. It could have been. Oh, hold on. The bungee jump and AI. Wait. Is that when you were doing kung fu? Yeah, it had to be. It had to be. I thought that said buggy at first. It was bungee jumping. Squid over here. The buggy jump. All right, let's get Reed up here. It says, do you still got the 2007 252 stroke? If not, who bought it? I don't. I don't have any of my two strokes, and I'm really upset with myself that I sold them all. I should have at least kept one. But I know we're in 2006. There's a 2006 CR250 in Escondido Cycle Center. They hooked up me and Deegan with bikes one year, and they had me and Brian's bike still in the shop down there. And I rode that bike. I believe it's my first bike that I got a medal on at X Games, at Winter X Games. So I would love to get that bike off of them and just put it in keep it a show bike. But I ain't got none. I blew it, dude. Everybody kept their bikes, and I sold all mine. I don't know what I was thinking. It says, all right, Brian says, if V-Dubs doesn't buy your 2018, I'm so tempted to sell my 19 and to buy it. All right, well, hey, I'll keep you posted. Actually, V-Dub was texting. He was hitting me up right before we came on. And I'll keep you posted. He sounds like he wants it, but I'll just, we'll make sure that he comes through. If he doesn't, you got first stabs at it. So if V-Dub falls through, Brian, we're going with Brian first stabs at the 2018. And I was working on it today. It's looking nice, dude. Getting ready to put the kit on. Put some new grips on today. Chains going on. It's looking good. Make sure you know. All right, here we go. We got Michael here. He says, when was the last time you rode Beaumont? Man, it's been a while, to be honest with you, because I'm trying to think. I've lived in the Midwest for 3 years, so not in the last 3 years, because all the times I've been home since I moved here, I pretty much just motoed Fox Raceway. Went to Elsinore one time. So man, not in 3 years, and I'm trying to even think past then. I couldn't even tell you, dude. It's a long time. But I know the last time I did go, I was there with Twitch. I remember it was me, Twitch, Taka, and I remember Taka was flipping this dirt jump, and he was super pumped. I felt like who else was with us that day? I remember hitting this. They built this, there was this hip we were hitting that was super fun. I feel like Foster was there from Canada. Foster was out from Canada. He was with us. It was fun. It was a good day. I'm trying to think I don't know if Hanson. No, I don't think Hanson was there. But anyway, it was quite a while ago. But I remember it was I think it was Taka's maybe first flip in the hills on a dirt on like a natural jump, and he was all super pumped on it. Which is a big step up, right? Go out into the hills and flip something. Well, sweet, man. I ripped through those pretty quick. So what else? Anybody got any other? Unless my thing ain't loading here. We got 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Man, I must have been on the gas today because I usually run out of time. Huh? I'm going quick, huh? It's probably because we didn't have 20 minutes of announcements when I sit there and chit-chat and everything that's coming up. I know, no races lately. I thought there was going to be a race on the night, and then me and Mel were like, wait, there's no race tonight, or last Saturday. And we're like, wait, there's no race this weekend again. It was weird that they had 2 weeks off. So anyway, we'll be getting back next week to the race, get some Supercross talk, and see how all that's going. Did you guys see any of the two-stroke nationals? Twitch was out there. Glenn Helen, I think it was Glenn Helen, right? Two-stroke nationals this past weekend. I talked to Twitch earlier today. He rode the 40-plus class. And then he said, he goes, man, I was going to ride the 30-plus, but then I thought they'd be too many fast guys. So he's like, I decided to ride the 40-plus. And he was like, there was more fast guys in the 40-plus than there was in the 30-plus. He was like, I think if I would have rode the 30-plus, I would have won. So pretty funny. I think he said he ended up third overall. And which is pretty good because Twitch doesn't get the race that much. So that's probably his first race in a long time. And third's not bad. And he said the motos were long. He said they were like 6 or 7 laps, that's long on Glen Helen because Glen Helen's got some length to it. So pretty cool. A little shout out to Twitch for breaking out the two-stroke and going out to the Nationals and getting top 3. And then I said, well, are you going to race anymore? And he said he is. But let's say don't hold me to it because I don't know if he'll hold to his own words, but he did say he was going to race. He said 2 more races, and I can't remember. Oh, Mammoth. He said he's going to Mammoth, and he said he was thinking about going to Loretta's. So we'll see. I think he'll go to Mammoth, but I don't know if he'll go to Loretta's. Loretta's that's a long haul, and you got to go to all the qualifiers to get there. So, but Mammoth, I can see him doing that. It'd be easy. But I told him last year they did Day in the Dirt in October of last year, and I remember watching him and Bierman and Vicky and everybody posting stuff from there, and I'm like, dude, that looks fun. So I'm putting that on my schedule for this fall. I'm going to go back to Cali and go race the Day in the Dirt. I think it's at Glen Helen as well, late this year, just to go have fun with the boys. I'm going to go out there and just go race a plus 40 class and just hang out with everybody. That'd be fun. So got to put that on the schedule. I've got Liam here. Let's see. He says, hey, Feist, where do you prefer to ride more, Jackpot Ranch or Ocotillo Wells? Hey, I just posted a pic of Ocotillo Wells. I would say Ocotillo Wells. Where is Jackpot Ranch at? I can't even remember. I know the name, but I'm like, what spot is that? But I would say Ocotillo Wells. I've been to Ocotillo Wells way more, and that place is always fun. You can just kind of find little blippers and stuff out there. So I would go with Ocotillo Wells. I've been there more, But I have been to Jackpot. I just can't remember exactly where it is. Is it Northern California or is it just north of L.A.? Can't remember if it's far north or just north of L.A. But I have been there. It's been a while, though. All right, Reed says, do you have any sponsors now? And should you should do a Trip and Rip Florida. Yeah, you're right. No. Hey, we've been talking about a Florida trip because my mom lives out in Florida now. So we honestly just had this talk like not even a week ago. We were like, should we plan a Florida trip and go see mom? And then cruise up. And my sister lives in Georgia now and just kind of do a little mini East Coast, Southeast Coast tour. Florida's sweet for moto, and I used to go down there every year. When I lived in New Jersey growing up, when I was old enough, I would drive down there and race down there in the winter when it was freezing in Jersey. So definitely got some history down in Florida. So do I have any sponsors now? Just product sponsors. Like I don't get paid anymore. So yeah, I do have sponsors, but it's just free products. So I got Shift hooking me up, Fox hooks me up, Spy, Hinson's, Asterisk. Who else? M7 Graphics, Tracks and Seat Covers. That's probably about it. Phone's blowing up over here. That's probably about it. I don't have many, but I got there. And then Husqvarna too. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Husqvarna. Give me a great deal on a bike and give me a little parts credit. So big shout out to Husqvarna for the little help. And they hooked me up with a bike when I go to Cali. So I really do appreciate that. So, but that's I have kind of what I need to get by. You know what I'm saying? Like I basically get a little discount on a bike, get a little parts credit for the year, and then I can get my gear free, my goggles free, my knee braces, that type of stuff. So pretty much, pretty much all I need these days. Hey, the checks were nice though. Someone wants to start sending me checks again, please do. They were nice. But no. Just I'm on the B team now, I guess. But it's all good. Hey, I'm still grateful that people still help me though. You know what I did? Like stuff like gear is expensive, bikes are crazy expensive, parts are expensive. So any little bit of help is appreciated. So even just getting free product these days, I'm like, sweet. But hey, maybe I will be down in Florida though. It's been in the conversation lately. All right, sorry. All right, so Anthony P here says, do you know how Cliff Adaptante has been doing? He was smooth. Actually, man, I haven't talked to Cliff for about a year now. Last year, we did reconnect. We talked on the phone probably 2 or 3 times, and he popped up on Instagram for a couple months or so, and then he kind of disappeared again. So I don't know. I actually probably should hit him up and see how he's doing. He don't even live far from here, dude. He lives out in Oklahoma. But he was smooth. Cliff was bad. He had all the regular tricks like down perfect. Good dude though. So wait. Oh, it's North Santa Barbara. Okay. Yeah, so okay. So that's not crazy far north, right? Santa Barbara's just north of LA, but it's not like way up there. So yeah. All right. That's a sweet spot though. Jackpot Ranch. Arizona. Brian's got Arizona up here. What's this? Is that the next race? That's where we're going? That's what I'm assuming he's talking about. He must be talking about the race. Plan a Jersey trip. Feist is saying Jersey trip. I might too. I mean, we're trying to figure everything out. We might, because we talked about doing a school out in Jersey, going out there. Gotta go. All I know is I look at some of the posts from some of the places to ride back. Jersey has some sweet riding spots, and the dirt looks good there all the time. I'm like, dude, I definitely want to go back there. Like, I got all my buddies I grew up with, race and live back there, and there's some good dirt. The pits, it just must be raining a lot back there, because you guys got wet dirt all the time, and it looks fun. So yeah, I'm open to that. Maybe we'll have to just cut down to Florida, go up see my sister, and then keep on going straight up to see Vic Feist, and then cut back across. We'll just do a whole East Coast tour. Might have to, but we're gonna have to find someone to pack our orders if we're going for that long. Who wants to come pack the merch? Pack the orders first. Did I ever ride Croom in Florida? Yes, many times. Place is super rough, and I'm sure it probably still is. But yeah, many times rode there. Good spot to train for outdoors, for anything anyway. That place was rough. Eric D says he's media page is my sponsor. All right, I'm gonna send you an invoice for the checks, boy. Start sending those checks. Hey, DK here says, what do you think about Kobe Raha? I think he rips, dude. The dude's got one of the gnarliest skills at jumping the high jump, and he likes to hit big jumps. And he's super cool. I like Raha. He was out here not that long ago when the Red Bull threw on that Kansas, that freestyle event they had down like Fort Scott area, and he was out and we hung out a little bit. Super cool, but I think he kills it at the quarter pipe. Kills it at the quarter pipe, and he just throws down, jumps big stuff. So he's fun to watch. Yeah, a lot of respect for him, dude. Yes, sir. All right, man. I'm ripping you guys tonight, huh? All right, so what do you think? What do you think? All right, so we've talked about it how many times? Let's just bring it up one more time, because I told Mel, I said, let's get the software taken care of. Let's do our deal, and let's bring on somebody. So if I was to bring somebody on, so far we've had Big Feist. We've had Taka. We did sit down with Taka. We had Big Feist. And then we had Mel. Hey, that was fun. Did you guys see the post I posted from last week? Oh my God, what was I thinking when I answered the question about the gear? It was pretty funny. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Who would you like to see first? Give me just a few names that pop up. If I was able to bring on the next guest, who would you guys like to see on here for a guest? Because I really want to do that. I think, man, we've been doing this for how long now? I don't even know how long we've been doing it, but we basically go every Monday unless something comes up from traveling. We're here every week, so you guys hang out with me all the time. So I think it's fun when we bring on a guest, and you guys can just mix it up and hang out with them and talk to them and get to know them and hear their story and stuff. So, like I said, Taka's been on. Mel's been on last week. Big Feist has been on. We're definitely going to get Big Feist on again. He's coming out this summer, so he'll definitely be on again. But here I'm seeing Twitch. Twitch, for sure, he's definitely on the list. I got to list the guys. I just want to say, hey, that'd be cool. Deegan and Danger Boy. I agree with that because I just thought Deegan. I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to get Deegan on. But I agree. We should get them both on. That's good. I'm glad you brought that up because I wouldn't even have thought of that. I would have just hit Brian up. Twitch. If he can keep it clean and family friendly. Yeah, Big Feist is coming in August. So, Seth, this is great because Twitch was on my list. Deegan, I'm adding Danger Boy. I'm gonna. When I asked Deegan, I'm like, yo, you think you can come on? Because that would be cool. I think that'd be cool. Father, son, sit down. So both of those were on my list. Seth was on my list. Freeman was on my. That's good. Everybody, you guys were on people I wanted to ask. Daniel Nicholson. All of these are Krusty guys. These two are Daniel Nicholson and John Freeman, the guys from Krusty. So that's perfect because I think everyone that you guys just mentioned would probably do it. So as long as we can find them on an open weekend, we could get those guys. I think we can get those guys out or on here. So I got to stop talking about it and follow through because it'll be fun. I think it'll be good to mix it up a little bit. Here, I think I might have missed this one. Let's get Liam back up here. He says, "Hey, Feist, if you plan to do a Jersey trip, I'll drive to Jersey and maybe we can ride. Then, ride that you brought that pit in Jersey. How's that sound?" So basically, where do you live at, dude? Are you close to Jersey? So basically, I potentially could be back in Jersey for sure because I had a couple people hit me up about doing a class back there. So that definitely could be. So yeah, if you're close enough, dude, that'd be sweet. And wait, yeah, says if we can ride. Basically, can we ride at the pit that you brought Deegan to when I filmed the Moto Triple X? Actually, the actual video, the actual pit. I'm not 100% sure if that pit is still rideable where I had Deegan at. But I brought him to multiple pits. But the one that was actually where most of the shots came from in the Triple X video was actually my buddy John Schneider's that I grew up racing with. It was right behind his house. It was in, what was that place called, Feist? Petersburg, New Jersey. It was just south of my house, maybe 40 minutes south of Mays Landing where I grew up. But I'm not 100% sure if that one's there. But I know there's some other spots. I don't know if you guys follow Richardson. He has a 6th spot in Jersey in a gravel pit, and it's all built up, and that's where I'm always looking. I'm like, yo, if I go back, I'm definitely hitting him up and trying to get on his little spot. It looks so good, and it's just the dirt's always good. I'm like, man, must rain just perfect amount of time always in Jersey. Here, Brian saying his legs are sore. Always take 2 days in his mouth. Yep. Kick in 2 days later. Yep. So Hayden, Tommy Shea says Hayden for sure. No cap. Deegan. Zayden says Deegan. Metzger. Yeah, huh? Metz would be cool, huh? Yeah, Metz would be cool, huh? Bubba. I don't know how to get a hold of Bubba anymore, dude, huh? We'd have to, maybe Johnny or Dana might know how to get a hold of Bubba. I don't know how to get a hold of Bubba. Kenny Gus, what's up, brother? Kenny's down under. Kerry Hart be hard, I think, because he's just busy guy. He could be hard. But we can always, Street Bike Tommy. Street Bike Tommy. Yeah, Metzger, I got Metzger's number, and he hit me up not that long ago, just randomly. So he potentially, but I'd say like Deegan, Twitch, Danger Boy, Seth. I think all those guys 100% would say yes. Hard could potentially be hard, but maybe. I don't know if he's changed his number, but maybe. Travis Rashawn, I think, would be tough because I don't think we're like close enough friends to where he'd be like, all right, buddies, let me come on. So yeah, probably couldn't get him. Let me see. Wait, what do I think of the Temecula? Is that supposed to be Temecula, boys? Shane, Davis, Jackson, and Timmy. Or Temecula. Or is that supposed to be Temecula? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know who these dudes are. Who are these dudes? I haven't seen. I don't know. I don't know who they are. I might be misunderstanding Temecula and Hecula. Temecula. All right, so Liam's in Massachusetts. Yeah, that's not that far, dude. Yeah, it's not that far at all. So, yeah, if I end up back in Jersey, dude, roll down. Because I think if we go to Jersey, the track owners, like, he don't want to do a private, semi-private. I do semi-private here, and I like doing it like that. I like the small classes. Obviously, if I do it back there, they don't want the track owner wants to bring in more. So it'll probably be a group class. So there'll be tons of spots. I mean, I would think we would have to cut it off at least at like 10, no more than 15, because one coach would more than 15 guys would be crazy, too much. But I would think 10 guys, so plenty of spots, plenty of room. So yeah, definitely come out and check it out if we end up over there. Yeah, so he said he met Bubba, Kerry Hart, 2001 Gravity X Games. Rhode Island, yep, I remember all that. Gravity Games, not Gravity X Games. Gravity Games in Rhode Island, yep. That was a good contest. Petersburg, yep, Big Fight says Petersburg. All right, I was just reading some of your comments. How about Rusty? Dude, Russ is chilling now. I follow him on Instagram, dude. Look him up. Russ is on Instagram. He's super cool. I love Russ. It's my boy, dude. Heck yeah. He's chilling. He's a surfer, dude. Russ kills it at surfing. Look at Russ on Instagram surfing it up, dude. He's got skills. Ken Roxon probably too hard for me. Like, it's just like, yeah, not close enough friends to be like, yo, dude, come on the show. And he'd be like, all right. So that one probably no. It's pretty much, I only have access to the dudes with the guys that have good relationships I think would say yes. And the majority of the people you mentioned, I think we could do. So it's just a few guys. Probably couldn't get Roxon, probably couldn't get Travis. But I think, honestly, everyone else that was mentioned is definitely probably realistic. And like I said, I don't know how to get a hold of Bubba. But for the most part, all the guys. So that's good. That's good. We could, I need to do that. So maybe we'll make that a goal and try to see if we can get this thing upgraded and set. And then I'll reach out to some people and see if anyone's available here this month. Hey, we're in a new month. It's April. Can we get someone on this month? And, I don't know if it can be a weekly thing because it might be hard with people's schedules if I can have someone on new every week. But, hey, even if we just had one guest a month or maybe every other week we had a guest, that'd be sweet. So let's try it. I'm down. I'm down to try to make it work. All right, wait. Tommy Shea said you got to subscribe to the Temecula. All right, I got to look these dudes up because I don't know who they are, but they're probably I'm going to look them up. Oh, we got to check them out. Are they from Temecula? Because it just seems like it should have a T there. All right, we're going to look them up, see who these boys are. All right, well, hey, man, we're kind of winding it down to the end here. Got a couple minutes left. Anybody's got any questions for the end? We got 2 minutes. We can kind of pop it up. I'll make sure I answer. If I miss anybody's question, pop it up right here at the end. And I'll make sure to jump on it. If not, hey, have fun this week. Man, spring is here. Weather is good. Enjoy it. Go out and ride this week and have some fun. And if you're racing, man, race safe and smart. And we'll be back here next week. Same place, same time. Hanging out, kicking it right here on Moto Monday. Let's see this last one that just popped out. It says, hey, Ronnie, won't believe this, but I just bought Metzger's old Supermoto. I found it by accident. We got it for a steal. That's sweet. Came up with an old Supermoto from Metz. So that's awesome, dude. I wonder how you found that. Oh, it's cool when you find these random bikes floating around. All right, man. Moto Warriors popping up at the end here. What up, buddy? He says Kobe Raha. All right, hey. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll be back next week. And We'll see you soon, man. Much love, and ride safe this week. Peace out.